Another week, gentlemen, of NFL picks. Welcome aboard, everybody. Man-Child Show with Boy Green Digital at MC Show Digital, our YouTube channel handle. Well, we're back at it again here on a Friday. NFL picks, every single game against the spread. Never easy, and it has proven to be an extremely tough task for us this season. It is the Man-Child, Jim Lurch, Paul Boy Green Esden Jr., Our broadcast today brought to you by our friends at Box Drop Syracuse and, of course, Play It Again Sports, where you can buy those used sporting goods, gently used, at major discounted prices. We also have another picker in our midst, right, aside from the others that are on paper but not here personally. Let's welcome in the one, the only, our NFL insider, Matt Lombardo. What's up, Matt? How are you?
The longer that the golf clubs stare at me in the corner of the office, the more I think about a road trip to Syracuse to visit your good friends at Play It Again Sports. I just don't know if it's ever going to happen.
How about a freebie from our friends at Play It Again Sports? Just for being a subscriber, you can just get the phone call in the upcoming weeks and go, this baby could be yours. Beautiful.
That might persuade me not to drop them off at the Play It Again Sports. I might, if I can win the driver, I might actually, pick it up again.
Not even gently used. You'll be the first one to gently use it. Hopefully you don't skymark it on your first drive there, Matt. I'm a little worried about that pristine driver getting in the hands of somebody who doesn't put it in the old center of the club, as they say. But we'll see. All right, NFL picks, gentlemen. And as always, we start by recapping last week's results and then popping up the season results. I'll hide my eyes, although I had a respectable week this week, but respectable is just not getting it done these days. I need to have a phenomenal week, and I've got to get it. My goal of 9-5, not met. Boy Green, put up last week's standings. Let's find out if anybody met their goals last week.
Right. So let's start off. Again, guys, I'm going to show you guys multiple graphics here in the next couple of seconds. One is the season, and one is where we're at right now. So let's go here first for the week 7 standing. And the fans 10-4,
nice.
Incredible. They get the crown. A beautiful showing by the fans who have been very extreme. They've been either really good or really bad all season long. So fans 10-4 last week. PFF 8-6, but those were the only two that were above 500. The rest, you had Man-Child, Joe Bartle, Internet, and Matt, all tied at 7-7. You guys all have the same record. And Boy Green, a terrible, crappy week, 4-9. I just have not been able to find my stride this year.
That is for sure. I think you better start going oppo, man. I mean, 9-5, that'd be fantastic.
Sure, yeah, I would take that. But
just so become George from Seinfeld. Every instinct you have, just do the opposite. Okay, that's the way to maybe do this. And I'm still mad. I should be 8-6 on that board. I stuck with that dopey Miami Dolphins pick last week against Cleveland. Never should have done that once I realized the weather and everything. That was a terrible pick. So I went against my principles.
So my father is in one of these pools at his office, right? And he buys 2 tickets every year. His picks, and then he has Opposite Man. It's Dan the Man and Opposite Man. Well, last year, Opposite Man went ahead and won the whole damn thing.
Wow.
Every week he makes his picks, and then he just does another sheet with all of the opposites, and the Oppo Man took care of business. So if you're looking for inspiration and some footsteps to follow in Boy Green, there might be some hope for Opposite Man over the second half.
I've always wanted to try that, I've wanted to try that. I've tried it at the end of seasons when I was having a really bad year, but there haven't been too many of them, so Oppo Man probably not going to be great for me, but, I'd love to do it for a season.
All right, well, let's go to the overall standings. Man-Child, you remain on top, but more so because of the rest of our, failures than anything you've done yourself. But nonetheless, here it is. Man-Child, you're 47-54, 7 games below 500, but in first place. And you have a lot of people breathing down your neck. Intern Ed, Joe Bartle, PFF, all at 46-55, just a game back behind you. Fans 45-56 after that 10-win week, jumping right back into the mix. That's how quickly it can happen in a season like this. 2 games down, so 45-56. Matt, you're in the mix too. 3 games back of first place, 44-57. And then Boy Green, 42-59. But again, only 5 games back of the lead, so I'm still in the conversation.
Well, this is week 8, which is, now that we have the oddball season, all right, we're turning the corner pretty much, right? Or we're about to head into the back end of the season. So it's time to turn it around, gentlemen. It's just time to flip those numbers, and let's have the 59 in the front and the 42 in the back. Boy Green. That'd be okay. But let's move forward, gentlemen. Let's get into the second half of the year. I'm ready to do it. And let's start in Cincinnati, where Boy Green's Jets are still seeking a win. 6.5-point underdogs. We believe you have a change at quarterback with Tyrod Taylor, but has it become official yet? I don't know. The coach is being cagey for strategic reasons. I totally, completely understand that, having lived through the Paul Pasqualoni era right here in central New York. We don't want to tell him it's going to be Donovan McNabb, even though we know it's going to be Donovan McNabb. Anyway, all right, it's going to be Tyrod. I'll break the secret. I'll break the code. Jets at Cincinnati. Obviously, Joe Flacco, the man in Cincinnati now. And the Bengals showed a little bit last week with Flacco, literally getting off the commercial jet, learning about 5 plays and figuring out the rest on the fly and probably drawing it up on his hand. But apparently it was good enough for them to look respectable. So how respectable will they be against the Jets? Boy Green, your team, your pick. Get us started.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Joe Flacco looked awesome on Thursday Night Football and threw it all over the place. Jamar Chase had 23 targets. T. Higgins had another 12-plus targets. And Sauce Gardner is likely out for this game, battling the NFL's concussion protocol. And he's played spectacular the last 2 weeks. So, a lot of signs say that the Jets' losing ways will continue. But I don't care. You guys just said full oppo. All the signs say that the Jets are going to lose, which means they're going to win. Give me the Jets, baby.
Sadly on my sheet, and I'll hold it up here for a second. Sadly on my sheet, usually I do a little notches before I circle. And so you see the notch there, Boy Green?
Yeah.
That was like, oh, God, I should take the Jets. And then my brain kicked in, and it said, yeah, no, take the Bengals. Bengals for the man-child. I can't do it anymore. This team's going to have to prove to me they can win before I'm taking them in another game. Matt?
Yeah, it doesn't matter which brand of bad quarterback play they're going to get, whether it's the Justin Fields hold on to the football for an eternity brand of bad, or the Tyrod Taylor inconsistent, you don't know whether he's going to pick himself up off the turf after every sack brand of bad. And then you got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins over there. Give me the Bengals. This is easy. It's a layup. Give me Cincinnati.
Layup. Boy Green, experts?
Joe Bartle, Bengals. Dalton Wasserman, Bengals. Internet is on the Jets.
Get out. Really?
Let's go, Ed.
Eddie.
Nice.
Eddie.
Great pick, Ed. Great pick.
Eddie. Oh, I love you too, Ed, because I just want to move ahead of you. All right, and stay ahead of you. I am already ahead of you, but I want to move further ahead of you. All right, up next we go to Houston, where the Texans and that vaunted defense, but a struggling offense, is back home, and they are actually favored over a very good San Francisco 49ers team who got another win at home last week. 1.5 points to the Niners if you'll take them. Matt, why don't you kick us off on this one?
You're giving me points? You're giving the 49ers, who figure out how to win without Brandon Ayuk, figure out how to win without Ricky Pearsall, figure out how to win with Christian McCaffrey carrying the ball 37 times or whatever it was, and Mac Jones, the Tin Man, getting it done. You're giving me points? I'm taking them. I'm taking San Francisco easily. Give me the Niners.
And by the way, Matt, it could be Brock Purdy, too. You might even get an upgrade at quarterback. That could even happen. Boy Green, what do the experts say?
Dalton Wasserman, 49ers. Internet, 49ers. Joe Bartle, 49ers. Lurch?
49ers.
This spread is weird. It doesn't make any sense. The 49ers should be favorites and favorites by a lot, but they're not. Bulapo. Oh, give me the Houston Texans. It makes no sense, which means I got to take it.
All right, BG, you got it. Lone Wolf on Houston. Good luck. All right, up next, Chicago and Baltimore, and it looks like it's going to be the return of Lamar Jackson in this game. Baltimore favored by 6.5 points as a result. Hard to believe that a team with only one win could be in that position, but they are. The Chicago Bears with a 4-game winning streak rolling into this one. The game is in Baltimore, and it is the return of Lamar. So where do you stand on this one? Let's start with the experts, Boy Green.
Okay, Joe Bartle, Da Bears. Internet, Baltimore. Dalton Wasserman, Da Bears. To me, I think Lamar is just foaming at the mouth. He's seen his poor, brutally wing-clipped Baltimore Ravens just getting smacked around by the league. I think Lamar goes buck wild in this game and shows that Baltimore is not dead yet. Give me the Ravens in a blowout win over Chicago.
All right, Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, I've been all over this Ravens team that they're dead and done. Lamar Jackson might be coming back a week or two too late here, but, are they getting their key defenders back? Or are the injuries up front getting healthy? by the way, the Bengals lead the NFL in turnover differential at plus 11. So they're creating takeaways. They're scoring off those turnovers. They're getting points. Give me the Bears. Give me the dogs. Da Bears.
Okay. Now, did you mean the Ravens or did you mean the Bears are getting?
Yeah, you said Bengals there.
Bengals. That's okay.
So the Bears are getting points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Listen, it's 6.5. I got a team on a winning streak. I got a team that hasn't found itself. I got a Lamar Jackson coming back, with some bad wheels. A Lamar Jackson with bad wheels means he's got to use his arm? I don't think so. I think that Bears defense is plenty good. I think that running game is plenty good. I know it's on the road. And I'll tell you what, the Baltimore Ravens may win this game. No way they cover the spread. Give me the Bears plus the 6.5. Love it. Love it. Love it. PG.
How disrespectful is Lurch, right? That he says, like, oh, Lamar might have to rely on his arm. Bad news. He's won a couple of MVPs, for God's sake. Don't some guys
because he's got both. When he's only got one, different story.
I guess so. All right. I will reconfirm. I am 100% going Baltimore. Love this pick.
All right. Up next, we go to Atlanta with the Dirty Birds, the Falcons, 7-point favorites over the Miami Dolphins, who puzzlingly still have the same head coach after that debacle last week. I'll just jump right on the bandwagon here and say, I'll take Atlanta. I'll give the points. I can't stand Miami. It's not going to be much longer before their coach is no longer with us.
Okay.
What say you, Boy Green?
Dalton Wasserman, Falcons. Intern Ed, Falcons. Joe Bartle, Falcons. I'm taking the Dirty Birds as well, which leaves a lone fish opportunity, Matt.
Yeah, you know what? They should have left Mike McDaniel to go fishing in Lake Erie after that loss to the Browns last week with the lack of effort that team showed. How they didn't fire him before his Monday press conference is beyond me. That team has quit. You got Tua Tagovailoa, spinning a magic wheel deciding on who he's going to throw under the bus this week in the media. That's not a recipe for circling the wagons. That's a recipe for continuing to get blown out. Give me Atlanta.
All right, so it's an everyone game. Let's see if we can finally pull off one of these everyone games. Everybody loves the Dirty Birds. All right, up next, the Buffalo Bills coming off a bye week, gentlemen, taking on the Carolina Panthers. This one's in Carolina. No Bryce Young for Carolina, so they'll be going back up QB here. 7.5-point home team dog are the Carolina Panthers. Matt, why don't you take this one first?
I'm going to give a little bit of a pre-howl here because I think I know where this is going. The Carolina Panthers have decided that they're going to lean into running the football, whether it's just Rico Dowdle or Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard. The Bills coming off a bye can't figure out how to stop the run. Then you got to go on the road against a backup quarterback. They might win the game. They sure as hell ain't covering by more than a touchdown. Give me the Panthers.
That is going to be the shortest-lived pre-howl of all time. Dalton Wasserman is taking the Carolina Panthers. Boy Green is taking the Carolina Panthers. Bills losing 2 in a row. Oh boy, yeah, I'm all over the Panthers. And then a home dog to beat it. Yeah, I'm on the Panthers too. So sorry, Matt, that did not last very long at all. Intern Ed is going Buffalo. Joe Bartle going Buffalo. Manchild?
Manchild's going Buffalo. I'm not getting this one on you guys. I'm not getting this one. I think the Bills rested, ready. Josh Allen understanding where this division stands right now. They're in second place. We're in second place coming out of the bye. I think Buffalo's going to be ticked. I think they're going to be ready. I think they're going to be prepared. I think they're going to run them in their own building. Give me the Bills. Love it. All right.
Sometimes you got to lose your priors. Sometimes you got to shake your priors off and look at a team for what they are. And that Bills team cannot stop the run right now. Until they prove me otherwise, if you go up against a rushing offense, they're going to struggle.
Fair enough.
You won't have to. Josh Allen will save the day, as he always does. Cape Crusader! All right, one more before we get to the break. The Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. This one in the city of brotherly love. And the Eagles, this opened to 10.5, but it's moved down to a juicy, right on the money touchdown, 7-point spread.
Here you go, Lurch.
Giants plus 7.
Here's the broom. Here's the broom, Lurch. Do you want to take it? The broom?
Right out the door, Boy Green. Give me the Giants, baby. Plus the 7. Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterboo. Should have got it done last week. Nearly got it done last week. And let's not forget that was on the road. They won't be intimidated by the Eagles. The Eagles in turmoil still. I know they eked out a win. They're still in turmoil. I don't like the chemistry. A.J. Brown still ticking off and talking around, talking smack. I don't know what he's up to. That guy's whack. All right? Give me the Giants. They're settled. They're a team now. They understand what winning is all about after that big loss. They're going to beat the Eagles and get the sweepski. But I'll keep the 7 anyway. Not going to do it without the spread. I'll take the 7. Boy Green, you're up next.
Joe Bartle, Eagles. Dalton Wasserman, Eagles. Intern Ed is on your Giants. And I have the Giants written down. But I'm flipping it, man. Flipping it.
Don't!
Eagles, Eagles.
Terrible.
There's no way they get swept by your big blue Giants.
You don't have to. You get 7 points, brother. No need to sweep. Just stay in it.
7 points isn't enough. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm flipping. I'm making a reverse. I'm switching.
Push rules. Matt, you're next.
It's the Lombardo Bowl, the 2 teams that I covered at NJ.com for about 5 seasons apiece. So this is a really interesting game, right? Because I think the Eagles have enough to win the game, but they still haven't figured out how to spring Saquon Barkley. And the Giants took him away, made him a non-factor in that Thursday night game. Jackson Dart took care of business against a banged-up Eagles defense. Really fluky finish to the end of that Broncos game. I'm with you, Lurch. I think that woke them up. I don't know that the Giants win this game, but I think they cover. Give me Big Blue. Give me give me Dart Mania in the Lambeau Bowl.
It is Dart Mania in New York and Scataboo Mania. Scatarded. I don't know. We need a word that combines those two somehow.
Well, I'll just say the word I like is the Lombardo Bowl. I should have given that more credence in my picking.
Yeah. Love it. All right. Today's broadcast, as always, our football picks brought to you by our friends at Box Drop Syracuse and Play It Again Sports. Let's just take a minute and learn about both of our friends right there.
When you don't want to pay full price for sporting goods, and who does, then there's only one place to go in Syracuse. Play It Again Sports. With both new and gently used gear, Play It Again has prices way less than regular retail stores. Another unique aspect of this awesome sporting goods store is that they will give you money for that quality sports gear collecting dust in your basement, attic, or garage. No appointment necessary, just bring it into the store. Play It Again Sports in the DeWitt Town Center on Erie Boulevard right next to Crunch Fitness. Don't spend more, play it again. PlayItAgainSportsSyracuse.com.
Considering that we sleep nearly 1/3 of our lives, buying the right mattress is essential. At Box Drop Syracuse Mattress and Sofa Outlet, you'll get a unique experience, one that saves you 30 to 70% off retail prices on top-of-the-line mattresses like Sapphire Sleep. At Box Drop, you'll schedule a mattress fitting appointment and get one-on-one service directly with Paul, the owner. No middleman. Family-owned, huge savings, no-pressure sales designed to save you time and money. And now Box Drop Syracuse has sectional sofas and love seats as well, with prices designed to fit your budget. Box Drop Syracuse Mattress and Sofas. Set up your appointment today at boxdropsyracuse.com.
All right, we are back. NFL picks. Boy Green, I see that little ticker running below us with the season standings. A little love and respect for the man-child. Could I please have a capital M at the front of my name? That is a proper name, the man-child, and I would like that capital M. I don't see anybody else with small letters in the front of their names. Please, a correction on that ticker. It's really annoying me as it scrolls by me every 30 seconds. All right, let's get back into the picks. Roll the autumn wind, my friend, and it is certainly autumn-like here in the Northeast. Really, really fun stuff.
By the way,
yes,
it's now in all caps now. Man-child.
All right, well, you can do that if you want. That's even more glorious. All right, all caps. Let's see it here. It's scrolling through here. I got to wait a second.
Yeah,
it's scroll through. All right.
Yeah, but at least it's leading the way. At least you don't have to wait until the very end to see Boy Green.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh, I love it. I love it. Oh,
you're welcome.
Fantastic. Beautiful.
Sure.
All right. Let's get back to the picks. All right, we pick it up in New England with the Red Hot Patriots. First place, by the way, in their division. 7-point favorites over the Cleveland Browns. This one is in New England. It opened at 5.5, has ballooned to 7. One of the things we're seeing with this Patriots team is great play at quarterback. Drake May, QB3 overall in fantasy football, full point PPR leagues. Really, really good stuff there. He is playing very inspired football. He had that accuracy rating last week where he topped even Tom Brady, the all-time franchise record for the most accurate quarterback in a game. Now Drake May goes down in the annals of history for the Patriots. Matt Lombardo, why don't you take this one first? What do you think of Drake May and his play, and can they get it done given 7 to a pretty good defense in Cleveland?
Not just Tom Brady, 2007 Tom Brady. So you're talking about like best of the greatest all-time quarterback to play the game. Look, Drake May is on fire right now, and they're getting contributions from guys like Keyshawn Booth at wide receiver. They're running the ball really well. Last week wasn't as much of a test in Tennessee as maybe we thought that it would have been with the new coach and all that. The Browns will be a test, but it's one the Patriots are going to pass. I'm all over this team. I think they are going to run away potentially with the AFC East the way they're playing. I don't care about the touchdown. Give me the fighting Drake Mays.
All right, Boy Green, what say the experts on this?
Joe Bartle, Patriots. Intern Ed, Patriots. Dalton Wasserman, Cleveland. Give him the brownies, and I'm with him. I love brownies. Who doesn't? They're chocolatey. They're warm. They're gooey. Just like this Browns defense. They're going to be sticky, and they're going to make a difference. Give me Cleveland.
Wow. Okay, I'll stick with New England. I'm with Matt. Don't mind the points at all. Drake May just playing too well, and they're at home. I don't see the Browns giving them much trouble at all. All right, up next, we go to New Orleans, down on the Bayou, where the Saints are home team underdogs. Not surprising with their record. 4 points you'll get against an ailing Buccaneers team. Let's face it, the Bucs have been terrific, but man, are they banged up. Banged up beyond belief. I mean, they were playing 5th, 6th, 7th wide receivers on their depth chart. They may go to the practice squad for crying out loud to pull guys up just to go out there and catch balls. They are 4-point favorites nonetheless. It's still Baker Mayfield. It's still that vaunted defense, and the Saints are the Saints. But this one is very, very interesting. What say the experts, Boy Green? Let's start there.
Joe Bartle is going with the Bucs. Intern Ed is going with the Bucs. Dalton Wasserman is going with the Saints. Oh, God, this is juicy. I need more time to ponder
about it. All right, let's go to Matt. We'll come back to Boy Green.
Hey, let's not disrespect the back end of that receiver depth chart. Jason Licht has built a roster of late-round draft picks. You talk about Rachaad White. You talk about Sean Tucker. You talk about Keyshawn Johnson. And Taz Johnson, my favorite receiver down there in Mobile in the Senior Bowl last year in January, watching the kid and his speed just run all over the field. The Saints, man, I've disrespected the Saints all year, and I need to apologize collectively to New Orleans. This isn't a New York Jets bad situation. This is a fighting and trying but coming up short situation. Too many injuries come out to bite Tampa Bay. Give me New Orleans to at least cover this game.
All right. The spread is juicy. It's a tough one. I'm still going to go with the Bucs. I just can't get on the Saints. The only thing that's pushing me maybe to a maybe is the fact that they're at home. But I still think the Buccaneers coming off that loss are going to have to get it done. I think Baker will find a way. I think the defense will carry them in this game. I'm going to stick with Tampa Bay and hope they cover the 4. I'm not very confident. Boy Green, final
I
picks.
switched it. I had Tampa Bay written, but I'm going with New Orleans.
All right, the old switcheroo. I'll mark that down. Boy Green, switcheroo. Never works.
Yeah, I've done that twice. Yeah, I've done that now twice. But I picked Tampa Bay on Monday, and they burned me. Detroit beat them with a rusty wrench. Like,
well, I told you Detroit was going to roll them, and they did. All right, up next, it's the Fighting Daniel Joneses, the Indianapolis Colts. Indiana Jones now leading that team and doing it very, very adeptly. As a matter of fact, so much so that they're playing the Tennessee Titans and saying, we can give them 2 touchdowns and still beat them. 14 points for the Titans, if you dare. This one is in Indianapolis. Matt, why don't you take this one first?
Tyler Warren from Penn State. The first rookie tight end ever to have 3 touchdowns in a row in a game to start his career. Jonathan Taylor leading the league in rushing. And oh, by the way, Daniel Jones playing like an MVP. The Titans stink. They're terrible. They couldn't pick themselves up off the mat to fight for Mike McCoy last week. This could be a 21-point spread. I'm taking Indianapolis at home. Give me Daniel Jones and the Colts.
All right.
And Lurch, what did the line start out with this week?
Yeah, well, I don't get that one. It started at 3.5. 3.5. And it has ballooned to 14. So everybody going 3.5, make it 4.5, 5.5, 6.5. I think it should still be going up. Matt might be right. It should be 21. But I don't know if I'd take him if it was 21. Boy Green, who do you have?
Joe Bartle, Colts. Intern Ed, Colts. Dalton Wasserman, Colts. I can't do it. I've tried this with Tennessee before where I'm like, oh my God, look at that juicy spread. And then I've gotten annihilated. Outside of when Arizona shot themselves in the foot. That's the only time Tennessee has had it flipped. Indy doesn't do this. They have more blowout wins than any other team in the National Football League this season. I think they add to that. Give me the Colts.
Yeah, it looks like it's an everybody on it again. I'm going with the Colts as well. Can't go on Tennessee at this point. They just don't look like a team that can compete. So, wow, we've got 2 everybody on it games so far. Atlanta and Indianapolis, both at home, and only one lone wolf on the board right now. our boy Green with the Houston Texans. All right, let's keep rolling. Denver and Dallas up next. We are in the Mile High City for this one. Denver, of course, coming off that glorious victory for them against the New York Football Giants. Staying at home for this one in their own beds, and 3.5-point favorites over a Dallas Cowboys team that keeps showing that its offense is very, very potent. Boy Green, you loved the Cowboys last week. As a matter of fact, so much so you won a lone wolf on them. You're going on the Cowboys again.
I could be. By the way, it's also Bye Again, so we have a lot less games to pick from this week. Just want to keep that in mind for all the fans. And by the way, speaking of the fans, real quick, go to our YouTube description down below right now. It has a direct link to our Instagram story. You guys can prove you're smarter than us experts by picking every single game against the spread. Like I said, we have less games than normal, so it's even going to be even faster to make all of those picks. Click the link down below, click our profile picture, make all those picks. You guys have 24 hours to do so take advantage. The clock is rolling. And yes, how about them Cowboys? I'm watching the America's Team documentary, and Jimmy Johnson, after beating the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game in 1992, he went up there and gave a speech to his team, and then he stopped and went, how about them Cowboys for the first time, and the rest is history. Give me Big D, baby, giving problems for the little D, Denver. Love it. Let's go to the experts.
The Cowboys.
All right, we've got Joe Bartle here. He's going with the Cowboys. Smart man. Intern Ed, he's going Denver. Boo. And then we go to Dalton. He's going with the Cowboys. A lot of Cowboys around here.
Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, I spoke to an NFL scout last week for Monday's column about what makes this wide receiving core so potent all of a sudden. He said, quote, they're both number one type athletes, and it's tough to cover both. The Broncos defense is elite, but they got lit up by Jackson Dart last week. The Broncos are bringing out the Orange Crush uniforms. They're painting the end zones, like the 1980s end zones at the old Mile High Stadium. Lots of good vibes in Denver, but it's not going to be enough because Dak Prescott is playing like the MVP. He has two dynamic weapons at receiver. They're going to win this thing in a shootout. Give me the Cowboys.
You forgot one thing, Matt. They're going to be drinking Orange Crush in the stands, and they will crush the Dallas Cowboys. Give me Denver. I'll give the points. Denver responds. A big win against the Giants, and now they're ready to roll. Let's ride, Broncos. Let's ride. Give me the Broncos. All right, up next, Sunday Night Football. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Green Bay Packers. Revenge game, or as Aaron Rodgers says, what revenge? I love those guys. I'm going to go into my, when they retire my jersey, I'm going to retire a Packer. All that niceties out this week, but there'll be no niceties on the field of play. Pittsburgh at home, 3-point home dogs to the Green Bay Packers. This one's very intriguing to me. Boy Green, what do you think on this one?
Yeah, and this is one of the games we had circled before the year. Aaron Rodgers returning to Green Bay and all returning to play the Packers and all that drama that entails. So this is juicy. Joe Bartle is going with the Steelers. Intern Ed is going with the Packers. Dalton Washington's going with the Steelers. I know I read a column from Ty Dunn, GoLong.com, that this game means more to Jordan Love than it does to Aaron Rodgers. I totally disagree. This totally means way more to Aaron Rodgers. He's saying all the right things to the podium. Oh, there's no revenge. This is great. No, yeah, he wants to give the business. I remember Aaron Rodgers being here at the Jets, and it wasn't great. But the things I do remember is how much he is intrinsically motivated by all these different factors, and he is going to be super motivated. And I'm getting points too. Give me Pittsburgh.
Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the Packers are the better team here, and they might wind up winning the game. But they can't seem to put teams away. They can't seem to, protect big leads. And last week in Arizona, of all places, against a team that's, looking at their golf clubs and setting tee times already, it took 2 Micah Parsons sacks in the fourth quarter and a gutsy play call from Matt LaFleur just to beat the Cardinals. So the Steelers are getting points. Give me Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. I don't know that they win the game, but I think they at very least, I think they cover.
Yeah, this was a tough one for me to pick. I'm just not sure. I agree with what you're saying, Matt. The Packers are not putting anybody away. At times, they're unimpressive. Even on defense, Micah is the only one that seems to be shining. It should be a field day for Micah with the standing still Rodgers these days, who can't get away from anything. But Rodgers also has the ability to get rid of the ball quickly, and I think they will be on alert, and they will try to do that. Will that Pittsburgh defense show up? They usually do at home. They didn't look too good the last couple of weeks, but I think they'll be there for this one. I'm going to stick with the Steelers. I just can't go against them as a home team dog in this situation on Sunday night. So give me the Steelers plus the 3. All right, final game of the week, gentlemen. Monday Night Football. and the spread is big. The Commanders visiting Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has it rolling right now, thus the 10.5-point spread. Matt, why don't you take this one first?
The Chiefs are back. I mean, there's no other way to say this. And Rashee Rice is back on the field. And like Trey Wingo, old friend, chided me on social media a little bit this week. Maybe it matters when you have all of your receivers healthy. It certainly does. You know who isn't healthy right now? Jaden Daniels. The Marcus Mariota experience is a ride that I want to get off of. Forget the Michael Vick experience and the roller coaster that was and the great commercial that was for Nike back in the day. Watching that game against Dallas and just the layup to Deron Bland that became the pick six, it wouldn't shock me if we see one or two of those in Kansas City. It's Arrowhead. It's at night. This is blowout city. Give me Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Boy Green, what do the experts say?
Yeah, we don't normally break the fourth wall here, but we get our pick sheet prepared on a Wednesday. So whatever it is in that pocket of time is how we judge these games. So the lines, of course, can change over the coming days as we lead in. Washington's only grown Chiefs rather, have only grown as a bigger favorite. I have 12.5 and 14.5 in some places. So we got it at the temperature it did. And I agree, it's leaning in that direction. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs, Chiefs Kingdom. No Jaden Daniels. I'm sorry, Marcus Mariota. That's not stock that I'm buying into. Dalton Wasserman's taking the Chiefs. Intern Ed's taking the Chiefs. Joe Bartle's taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's going to be another 3 of them this week. Unbelievable. I hope we're picking well this week because that is 3 games where we are all on board. I am absolutely taking the Chiefs here. So, wow. 3 games. I don't know if we've ever had that in a week, Boy Green. A lot of new things happening this season where everybody was on the same team. Wow. So the Chiefs, the Colts, and Atlanta. We'll be watching those 3 games very, very carefully. All right, that is it, gentlemen, for our Week 8 NFL picks. Good luck to everybody. Let's get some winning records on that board come next week. Thanks, everybody, and don't forget, make those picks yourself on Instagram while they're still up there. You got 24 hours to do so. The link, as Boy Green said, right below. We'll see you next week. Take care.